So it has been well over 10 years now, guys, and Logitech first released the MX 510 and the MX 518. A few days ago they dropped this, the MX 518 Legendary, with the same type of shape but with the all new Hero 16K sensor. Now, has the weights been worth it? Let's find out. Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Robin, and on this channel you'll find PC hardware and gaming peripherals, and so if you're interested in that, consider subscribing and don't forget to tap the notification bell so that you don't miss out on future videos. Today we're gonna take a look at the MX 518 Legendary from Logitech, based on the same shape as the OG MX 510, which turned out to be a very successful shape among gamers. But let's start by looking at the physical specs. So the MX 518 is about 5.16 inches in height, it's 2.87 inches in width, and in terms of depth is about 1.69 inches. It weighs in at about 105 grams. In terms of sensor and tracking, the MX 518 is using Logitech's latest and flagship sensor, the Hero 16K. This is Logitech's most accurate gaming sensor ever, with next-gen performance and all new architecture, with a capture rate up to 17,000 frames per second. The Hero achieves 400 plus IPS across the entire 100 to 16,000 dpi range. So we are looking at a resolution spectrum that can go all the way from 100 dpi all the way up to 16,000 dpi, and a pulling rate of 1000 Hz, which is industry standard. There is an onboard memory that can store up to 5 profiles as well, and we're gonna touch a bit more on this in a second. In terms of buttons, we got the same amount as the old one, of course, more specifically 8. We got 2 thumb buttons on the left side and an additional 6 on the top, all of which can be fully customized and remapped in the Logitech software called G Hub. Again, the old MX 518 was, I guess, known for a lot of things. I want to know in the comments, guys, what you like the most about this mouse. Post in the comments. Now, one thing that I particularly used on the OG 518 was the on-the-fly DPI switcher that easily lets you switch between the various profiles. I used this a lot when playing CS 1.6, I remember. These profiles can be customized, but by default the profiles are set as followed: 400, 800, 1600, 3200, and last, the highest one, 6400 dpi. And so for 1080p gaming you will most likely find a sensitivity profile here that fits you just fine, but if you're gaming on a 4K display, for example, you might want to customize this a bit in the G Hub software. So there are a lot of variables that makes up a great gaming mouse. The sensor, the shape, the weight and the cord are all equally important, and in terms of shape, the MX 518 is using the same classic shape as we have learned to love for several reasons. The gradual slope design and the way that each sides are made gives you a solid grip regardless of grip type, and the glossy key plate the Logitech now update to a nightfall color scheme looks very nice, I think, and it helps in getting even better contact. I personally always liked this glossy key plate, and it's hard to find on many mice nowadays. Now, as I was gaming on this for a while and my hands gradually got warmer, I was able to lift up the mouse without not even using my fingers here. Now, some people might just find this mouse getting sweaty pretty easily because of the glossy material. Now, if you are one of those that aren't sure whether you're gonna appreciate this material or not, if you are unsure, I definitely recommend visiting a local shop and give it a feel before purchase. Anyway, I gotta say, guys, the shape is still, even though it's been 10 years later, very nice. And the only complaint I have as far as material goes is the scroll wheel. And yeah, while I do appreciate Logitech's dedication of doing a complete remake here, the wheel definitely haven't aged that well. It's loud, noisy, and the stepping feedback when spinning the wheel is not very pleasant. Here's a sound test. Now the button response, the feedback and the clickiness is fantastic, and there is no squeaks, cracks or rattle. The mouse feels like it's been built very well, and flipping it around we find a total of 3 feet, 2 big ones and a smaller one, which is definitely enough to get it enough glide. Again, it weighs in at around 101 gram, which makes it about 5 to 6 grams lighter than the old MX 518, which is very nice to see. And so even though they managed to keep the shape and everything completely identical, Logitech were able to drop the weight by 5 gram. I know it's not a whole lot, but it seems like they had a goal to hit the 100 gram mark, which they clearly managed to do. And this raises the question, heavier or lighter mouse? Let me know your personal preference in the comments. Now I do also want to give some credits to Logitech for the way they have treated the cord when packing it. Unfortunately, it is pretty stiff and non-braided, so you might want to opt for a mouse bungee, and compared to the Final Mouse paracord, it's obvious which one is the smoothest. I wish they would have picked a softer and more complaint material, but yeah, other than that, it is a fantastic mouse, guys. I tried my best to make the sensor spin out and lose tracking, but yeah, that never happened. It is extremely fast and solid, and if you think you're going to appreciate this shape, you're going to love this mouse. Despite its shortcomings, for $59.99 it could have been a few dollars cheaper, having in mind it is a remake, but because the build quality is so good, I definitely think it's worth every penny. Now I'm gonna be back, guys, with a brand new video in just a day or two. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, have an awesome day, right?